Well, I can summarize Northeast Passage as a program in one word. It's amazing.
For our family in general, it's been really awesome, too. I know for me, it's wonderful to have my son involved in a sport. I didn't think 10 years ago that that would be possible.
Before my injury, sports were my life. I just was discouraged with everything that I had done before. Everyone had discouraged me that, well, you can't do this now, so get used to being in a chair and kind of move on. So I didn't know that they had these things out here. I didn't know they had sports. And then as soon as I found out, there was like a spark that ignited, and I was like, all right, what can I do first?
My life before joining up with Northeast Passage was it was on a downhill slide. It was getting kind of bad. I had cancer, and the treatment that they gave me led to a very slow 6-7 year progression of loss of use of my legs. It was probably the darkest time in my life, so I really needed something, and the VA had recommended the program that is here at Northeast Passage, and I took advantage of that, and it really has turned me around.
The thing that I think makes Northeast Passage so special is that they bring all this knowledge to the end user where they are. They'll come to your school, they'll come to your house. You meet them out at a lake and you can go water skiing and have a great time. You know, it's all about the client, it's all about the participant with Northeast Passage. They bring expertise that no one in the area has. They bring equipment that many people couldn't afford on their own or even think to know was out there. Getting in a wheelchair and playing quad rugby for the first time was one of the most fun things I've ever done in my entire life. But getting in that chair and, you know, being part of a team for the first time was awesome. It was a great feeling personally, getting out there and being able to show my athleticism and compete and take a hit, give a hit. You know, it's full contact sport, so crashing into people as hard as you can with a 30-pound wheelchair while trying to hold on to a volleyball and score a goal is exciting. And the rush of sports you can really feel in sports like quad rugby and sled hockey. I think the most important thing Northeast Passage has taught me is to never say never. If you ever think there's something you can't do, just sit back for a second and think about it and think of, well, I may not be able to do it that way, but how can I change it and still get that same experience, maybe with just a little different road to get there.
I found out about Northeast Passage, I think, in kindergarten or first grade. I don't quite remember exactly how it happened, but I know my parents found out about it. I think they found out about it through my elementary school. The gym teachers mentioned the program. We started looking into equipment I could use in the gym classes, and since finding out about the program, I've tried pretty much any sport you offer: cycling, Nordic skiing, water skiing, court sports, everything, and it's just stuck, and I've enjoyed the program so much. Participating in sports is a big part of my life, just having something to do, and I think just being able to tell people I can do everything pretty much you can do except for walk. It's able to give me an opportunity to tell people that I'm no different. I just do things a little bit differently than you do, but I can still get to the same goal of being active, having fun.
I think Northeast Passage has given us a great uplifting spirit to add that to our criteria of life. It just What's it do for us?
Help us.
It does help us. I think that Northeast Passage has given us a way to look at life differently. Before we found Power Soccer, there wasn't really an independent sport that accommodated for a child in an electric wheelchair. It was always somebody helping with the sport. And not always do you want somebody helping, you want to do it yourself, just like you and I as a job. It just opened up so many doors in different ways. The sport itself gave him sentences that came together, brain function that started working because he was thinking out different moves that he had to make on the floor. It was also creating his brain to work in different ways that functioned at home. It started to increase his speech. It started to increase his friendship and his independence of talking socially, which that's what we strive for in life, all of us as parents, is to make them as independent as possible.
As a disabled person, you know, you look at an organization like Northeast Passage and you know, the emphasis is on sort of sports and recreation, but the benefits to your everyday life are sort of the hidden things that are the big positives. And I mean, just physical, mental health for me was huge. You know, being you know, part of a team that goes out and has fun. We're very competitive. We play sports, but we also go out together and enjoy, you know, going out to a restaurant or a bar and having a good time and just being social and be confident and all those things. I mean, you don't realize those little benefits when you start something like that. Northeast Passage has done a lot for me, but you know, aside from the physical benefits and getting out there and actually, you know, playing sports and doing these activities, they've really helped me sort of live a more full life in the community. You know, just the simple things from you know, being more confident in social situations, being comfortable meeting somebody or talking about your disability with somebody that doesn't understand it, or just being able to speak in front of people. That's something that I'm much more comfortable with now than I was before. So, you know, the social aspect is huge to me.
To be honest with you, I don't know what we would be doing if it wasn't for sled hockey. You know, there are a lot of sports out there for disabled children, but I think the Northeast Passage sports are more, they bring it to another level, and you can still have the competitive piece, which is really nice. And we haven't found anything else, so thank God for Northeast Passage.
Sled hockey makes me feel strong and happy.
Northeast Passage gave me my life back. They gave me back what I had lost before my injury and basically helped me become the person I am. And they made me not be upset by the fact that I was paralyzed. They made me feel empowered and felt like it doesn't matter if you're in a chair or any of that, you can do whatever you set your mind to. It kind of brought faith into that for me and yeah, changed my life for the better. My goal is to go to the Paralympics in both sled hockey and swimming, and go to both the summer and winter games and just really be the best I can be at it.
I definitely want to give a big thank you to Northeast Passage, all the staff, everybody I've met through the program. I've had so much fun.
I try and encourage people to find out what they might like to do and just get out and do it.
Thank you, Northeast Passage.
I think I'd like to say, you know, thank you for all the years of encouragement and support and, you know, kind of pushing me to improve my life.
From Colby and Jim and myself, I'd like to say thank you so much for introducing us to sled hockey and being a part of our lives and really kind of filling a void that we had there. It's drawn us together as a family. It's given us wonderful quality time together, and you've all been really wonderful. And I thank you for that from the bottom of my heart.
It doesn't matter what obstacles lie in your way or what people are telling you can't do, because if you want to do something, you can, and don't let anyone or anything stop you. And if you want to play sports, then you can play sports. It's not you don't need to be defined by your disability. Outshine it and just shoot for the stars. Northeast Passage is amazing. They do, I want to be as much involved with them, helping out in every aspect, because what they do is incredible, and it's changed my life and helped me, and it changes everyone's lives who get involved, so it's awesome. I don't know what else to say, they're awesome.
You know, the first thing I would say to somebody who doesn't know anything about Northeast Passage is I would give them sort of the basic rundown of what Northeast Passage does. But I would say the most important thing is go find somebody who's active with Northeast Passage, who does activities or plays sports with the organization, and see what they're like, see how happy they are, see how much they're going to inspire you to get off your own butt and do something. It inspires me every time I meet a new person, through Northeast Passage, and I've been in a wheelchair for 13 years, so I don't know, just that sky's the limit attitude. It's hard to it's hard to not see that when you meet somebody who's active with Northeast Passage.